I need to talk to you about this. When your opponent, the devil, stands in front of you, okay, now understand, your opponent is the devil, okay, but he can try and face off with you through a disease or a lack or fear or struggle of some kind, right, or through a person opposing you, persecution, right, any number of things, but your opponent is still behind all that is the devil, okay, and when he goes to face off with you, there is a mindset that you need to have, okay, a strategy that you need to use to stay the course and win. Okay, now let me use Patrick and I as an example. You know those guys on TV that fight with those fat mitts, those big fat ones, whatever you call them? Patrick and I, in particular, because of the things that God has called us to, have seen to have lots of practice, right, with an opponent in the ring. And lots of practice having to plant our feet firmly on what God said and not budge off it. Okay, so Patrick and I have had to stand in front of our opponent with those fat mitts on. Okay, and here's the thing. Please hear me on this. Patrick and I have taken lots of hits. Okay, and to the onlooker, it looks like we've taken lots of hits too. But here's the deal. God has taught us some things about the fight, given us strategy, and I want to teach it to you. Okay? Number one is this. A wise fighter does not come out fist flying. A fool does that. Okay? A wise fighter is a controlled fighter, right? Calms right down and takes the time to watch his opponent. Okay? And a wise fighter will take hits while he does. And not gonna lie, the hits hurt. Okay? But he stays calm. No lashing out. No panic or freaking out over what it looks like, because that wastes needed energy. Okay? The strategy, let the opponent wear himself out, right? Flailing, right? Doing anything to win, right? Our opponent, Patrick's and my opponent, your opponent is a hothead. Okay, the devil, standing there with his big flip chart, right, of all he says he's going to do to you and to do to your family, right? You know how the big those guys come out there and they just these big mouth fighters, right? They do that. They do all this big talk to try and intimidate their opponent before they even get in the ring, right? That's what the devil does. Right? He says, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to destroy you, and I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to stop you. Yeah? Really? Okay, well, ask him why he hasn't done it already. Because he can't. Not without your consent. Right? Let him shoot his mouth off. He will not determine what happens at all. Not if you listen to God. Right? The skillful, patient, godly wisdom of a wise fighter will determine how this fight goes down, right? God has never made a defensive move ever, right? Your opponent may be loud and yappy and in your face, but don't you react to that. You stay calm and in perfect control, right? Remember, faith? Remember we learned about that? Faith. Constant consistency. Placing the right punch at the right time, right? This way, okay? Saying what God said. That's how we fight this thing. How forcible are right words, right? Don't do anything erratic. No spraying bullets, okay? That's doing this, right? Keep your flesh out of it. Stay scripturally methodical. Place a hit with right words. Then at God's instruction, place another. Then another. Okay, and do it this way over and over and over. Stay with it. Stay focused. Don't ever react. Okay, and then because of his lack of wisdom, your opponent, the devil, will soon exhaust himself, right? And all of a sudden, he'll find himself on the ground, done, right? His defeat clear to everybody. Okay, Patrick and I just remind each other of this, and you can do it too. We look at each other and we say this, we go, those who have seen us in the battle will also see us in the victory. Make no mistake. Like Sarah said when her promised child came, she said, God has made me to laugh, and so that all that hear will laugh with me. Genesis 21:6. Are you understanding me? Is that going to be a help to you? Okay.